Right, we are still continuing our conversation with Tokyo Sexwale here in studio. So I left off the conversation by saying, so the NEC meets today, and I mean, we could see President Jacob Zuma tonight stepping down. We could, but we also might not see that happen, and he takes the parliamentary route. You know, what do you think about the direction of not listening to the NEC?
You know, the NEC, the leadership of the ANC is the one that will take decisions, and it's not an easy decision. So we can only talk not about what they may think or do, but what is out there in the public which needs to happen. There are deliberations, obviously. If Cyril, if he reports that he has failed in the management dialogue of the transition, if he reports that, then the NEC has got no choice, because now your deployee, because we deploy people, has defied you. And in that case, then the ANC will have to go to the route of going to where it deployed that cadre. And the first deployment was in Parliament. So they'll have to go in Parliament and introduce a motion of no confidence. And when you do that, it means the president, if he's defeated, he's out together with the whole cabinet. And the speaker takes over, the deputy president comes in. I guess that's what is going to happen. And then after, for 30 days, acting until now, a proper president is elected to be the deputy president. Again, in our case, we're hoping to is Comrade Cyril. So that's the process. It's got consequences for all of us. It's got consequences for the incumbent, which is President Zuma. And one prays that sanity prevails. That before 2 o'clock today, maybe something will happen. If it doesn't, maybe after 2 o'clock. If it doesn't, it's Parliament, and so on. So that's the way it will go. Sometimes you may hope that the no confidence vote may not succeed. Then the ANC, if it has called that no confidence vote, has got now a crisis. It may have to change its own members, some of the members, to make sure that people who are there do the right thing. But, you know, what a mess this is all.
It certainly is, and I mean,
it should not have been.
Lifestyle audits have been called. You yourself have said ANC members should get lifestyle audits, and there was a comment that really has been ringing in my head that was made this weekend. I think it was by Gwede Mantashe, talking about those that are on their way out are now embarking on looting. They're just taking as much as they can and as quickly as they can before the time is over. We've been hearing stories about Guptas. We've been hearing stories about people in Dubai and our ministers going in and out and cases of money. And I mean, these are all allegations. Obviously, we're still waiting for some concrete evidence to come out. These lifestyle audits that you have alluded to as well, as now we saw again being spoken about by Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday. But on the other side, we've got President Jacob Zuma saying corruption is not as bad as we make it out to be in Africa. So, you know, where's the confusion lying? Where are we?
I want to say again, none are so blind as those who've got eyes and yet don't want to see. Corruption is worse in South Africa. You can't minimize that. It's never been this deep. The rot is so heavy. So of course, the ship, when it sinks, the rats begin to flee. People carry suitcases, do all sorts of things. We're going to have time here, in the name of the people of the country, in the name of the resources of this country, to follow the money. To follow the money. So it ain't started yet, this thing. Even these commissions that are called about. Seriously, there's going to have to be a need to put auditing firms, a proper committee, auditing firms, investigators, national prosecuting authorities, accounting firms, people from that, to create an international people, because some of the money is going internationally, to have a solid thing that is going to have to follow all the money, starting from the arms deal to the money that is going out today. It's possible, it's doable. It's a very simple thing. It's an exercise of following the money. Money is followable. Of course, we will not get all the money because others exchange money in cash. But before it becomes cash, it was something. Don't be afraid of that. Before it becomes cash, it was something. It was Eskom's money. It went to a bank account. Take this dairy thing where people have stolen money of milk of children. Or SASA, money of the old people who can't walk, who die in the queues. You know, what a shame. The money is there. it goes out into certain accounts. It is where it begins to disappear. So we know who the last person standing.
What about President Jacob Zuma turning state witness? This was all over newspapers. Do you think it's a good idea?
Ranjeni Musami wrote about that in the Sunday Times yesterday. I don't know where she gets this. But you never know. You know, when the ship is sinking, people save themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not far-fetched that the president, maybe, let's not call a witness. People are afraid to be witnesses, especially from the secretary of the ANC, like you're a pimp or something like that. But it is to take us into confidence, take the nation with you and tell us what happened. We are giving evidence. Most people are. When this commission starts, I want to be there to give evidence about certain things that we know ourselves. Yeah. Let's all be witnesses, no Jehovah's Witnesses. So let's witness to this. If the president, if Ranjeni is right, fine. But let's get serious as well. This is a very serious matter.
All right, I need to wrap this up, but I cannot wrap this up without asking you about the Safa presidency. And we've got a couple of seconds to talk about this, so I need a quick answer from you. Are you going to take the position? Is it yours? I know you said you're not going in without making big changes, but are you open to this job? Is it yours?
I was approached by football people. I've been with football in South Africa here for many, many years. I've helped with this premier and so on, sponsored the National Affairs Division. I'm currently, as of 2 weeks ago, elected in Casablanca by FIFA and CAF as a special envoy of the FIFA president, a special envoy of CAF. If you're called upon people to say, play a role in your own country, you are up there at Harvard, at Oxford, which is FIFA and CAF. If they say come to a forte, I'm prepared to do so, but I want to see a united football approach. They had 2 press conferences. One, they said this, Delhi, Tokyo, I don't want that. I want people to approach this because as a united football family. Because we must learn from the ANC. These divisions don't take us anywhere. Safa is a very, very, very good product. And I think we should think very carefully about what happens. That's why I said they must come together as a united football family. Then we can talk.
There you go. There's that word again. Unity. Unity even in football.
Say it again. Say it again.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Sexwale, our guest here on Morning Live, talking about a range of issues as we head into the news bulletin now. And Palesa, I hand it over to you for the news at 7.